Hello, Intactivists! In the news this week, we have Intact America, a new Foregen-like company that got hidden from you and me, and a ton of POTS news. So let's just jump right on in. So, in POTS news, we have the 6x matching campaign running currently. It is 6x matching the CareBuzz and the e-commerce program. It's all free and easy to partake in. I'd also like to thank my awesome supporters who is making this happen. You guys can definitely go ahead and join the Discord to learn how to use the e-commerce program. And if you want to go and sign up for the CareBuzz, that's getting 6x as well, up to $300. If that is not enough to convince you to start partaking in the POTS e-commerce program, we had our OnlyPans meeting, and we had a vote, and we decided that the elite e-commercers get OnlyPan access now. That was one of the many things that we got to talk about. So now the elite e-commercers can partake in our monthly meetings, voting rights, and get POT's most exclusive Discord. You can become an elite e-commercer by partaking in the POTS e-commerce program. Join our Discord to find out how to become one, and so much more. Also, June 29th at 5 p.m. Eastern, me and Scott, we have our live stream. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be a work stream. Come through and chat with me and Scott. It's going to be super awesome. So you guys should definitely go ahead and check that out. Of course, it's going to be on the Prevail Over the System YouTube channel. So hopefully we see you guys there. Wendy Marie had her interview released this past Saturday. Wendy is an awesome example of how intactivism information can work. You never know who you can affect and turn into a new intactivist. And Wendy is indeed an awesome intactivist. If you missed that interview, definitely go ahead and check that out. So we did do a video special this week. It's titled Foregen, Lies, Lies, and More Lies. I know I said we weren't going to be doing video specials because we still want more views on nonprofit status. Doesn't really matter in 2025. Here's why. Because a super important video. It reveals that nonprofits aren't what you think they are. And at POTS, I'm tired of people trying to put down the hard work that my team does, making it out to be that they're somehow greedy. But the video about Foregen caught Foregen's attention. And guess what happened? They literally used the excuse that POTS figured that they would try to use. So I actually pinned the Foregen comment here. Foregen said, in the funding section at the end of the article, it stated clearly Foregen did not provide financial support for the collection of foreskin tissues from minors. The study was co-sponsored by Foregen with the agreed upon and non-negotiable condition that none of Foregen's funds be used to acquire foreskin tissue derived from minors. The researchers then designed and conducted the study while adhering to that condition. Well, I replied to him promptly. I said, did you watch the video? We figured this was the excuse you would give. We already explained in the video why this excuse may seem legit at first, but wouldn't really be a justifiable excuse once you actually think about it. And we also got some people down here commenting as well. Might be a walrus. Good answer to what Foregen said. Good reply. You know, and that's not just might be a walrus. There's a lot of people, a lot of intactivists. Like, not only did you guys call out Foregen on their flawed logic just on the YouTube comments below that video, you guys didn't just do that. You guys also, I saw many of you guys in the subreddits as well, calling out Foregen, calling them out on their flawed logic. Also, thanks to that video, I got an awesome comment and I found a brand new Foregen-like group, quote unquote, that Foregen supposedly censored from you, and that is actually from Cobalt 96720. He said they also removed a post titled, How is Acro's Print's Progress? So apparently Foregen removed this from their Reddit. But if you go here and check out the Acro's Print team, you'll see some familiar faces if you've been following Foregen for about 4-ish years, like Tyler Drost, Eric Cunningham, Matthew Sarity. So these 3 people that promptly left Foregen are with Acroprint. Now, I'm not going to cover this here right now. That's because I'm going to go ahead and do a video special on it much later. Depending on when I get my 200 views for the video, nonprofit status really doesn't matter in 2025. Also, what's super concerning too is that if you go to my video analytics below the Foregen video that was posted, Foregen lies, lies, and more lies. If you go to engagement and you see how the audience viewed this, guys, like at the 12:30 mark, less than 20% of people stayed to watch it. So if you see any negative comments and stuff, that's like, oh, Potts, you're bad, blah, 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 Potts, you don't know what you're talking about. Most likely that person did not actually sit and watch the entire video. So yeah, it's pretty bad that so many people commented underneath the video, but yet haven't watched the full thing. So, I mean, I don't know. Like, Foregen definitely did not watch the full video. And if you want to end up looking like Foregen with their comment, ignorant, yeah, go ahead and not watch the full video and then comment about a subject that we already covered in that video. But anyways, I got a lot of comments from people who did watch the full video, and lots of people lost all hope for Foregen now because they lied so much and are also now very unethical. I will also do a video debunking the quote-unquote legit arguments people made on behalf of Foregen in a POTS video special when we bring those back. Super excited to bring those back. Also, in POTS news, if you like to educate people on the harms of circumcision, or if you are decent with the copying and pasting, please consider joining the walks. We have many misinformed people, and we're going to have a lot of people to talk to coming up soon, and we want to be able to inform the pro-circumcision crowd, and not only just them, but people who are on the fence, people who are confused, and we just want to make sure that we have people to educate them quickly. And right now, we only have 5 walks, and we want more social media defenders. Right now, we want 10, so we need 5 more people. And again, if you are confused on how to become a walk, we have a video that's titled How to Become a Social Media Defender for POTS. It's only 2 minutes long, and it will explain everything. It's super easy to watch. Also, in POTS news, we got a wiki page made after us. It's an intact wiki. I just found this out recently. It is Prevail of the System. I'm not going to read this right now. I might do a video special on it. I might do one like real fast, like make it like 5 minutes long or something. But I don't know. If you guys want to go ahead and check it out, let me know what y'all think. Definitely go ahead and do it. It is an honor to be on the intactthewiki.org. Yeah, but I'm not going to say anything about this just now because this video is going to be really long. And in Intact America news. So, Intact America has started a petition. It says, end NICU circumcisions now. It says, sign the petition, fight for baby Cole. Well, currently, baby Cole is already circumcised. But either way, it says, subject, we demand accountability and reform in neonatal circumcision practices and NICU circumcisions. The case of Cole Groth. Currently, this has 710 verified signatures on it. You guys can sign up. It's just your first name, last name, and email. Relatively easy to go ahead and do that. Long story short, there is this baby named Cole, had a cardiac issue, and the baby was still unstable, and the father signed off on his circumcision. Well, despite the baby's cardiac diagnosis, a physician ended up circumcising the boy. It went horribly horribly wrong, and a lot of people are rightfully upset. Now, to get to the meat and potatoes of this whole article, this is the demands that Intact America are demanding. It says, we are calling on the AAP, American Hospital Association, American Academy of Family Physicians, NYS Nurses Association, the Greater New York Hospital Association, New York Medicaid, and New York Presbyterian Hospital, where this actually took place, to take the following immediate actions. Publicly acknowledge the failure of informed consent in Cole case. Launch an independent investigation into the circumstances that allowed this procedure to be authorized and performed. Implement explicit prohibitions on circumcision for any infant with known medical vulnerabilities. Review and revise institutional policies that permit healthcare professionals to promote non-medically necessary surgeries to parents of newborns. Push for national re-evaluation of neonatal circumcision in line with international human rights standards and modern medical ethics. Now, how many of you people think this is going to happen? How many people here think that these demands are going to be fulfilled? And let me know down in the comments. Anyways, this continues saying circumcision of any infant is medically indefensible, let alone the circumcision of a medically vulnerable infants like Cole. The procedure is neither beneficial nor necessary, and it poses devastating harms not only to babies like Cole, but to all infants. Circumcision is bad. The time for institutional silence and deflection is over. We demand action, accountability, and prioritization of infant health and human rights over outdated and unethical practices. Petition starter Georgianne Chapin, founding executive director, Intact America, and then these are the decision makers that this is petitioning. Anyways, guys, I mean, where's the bite? Like, I mean, there's a lot of barking here, but where is the actual, hey, you're going to do what we want, you're going to do our demands, and you're going to fill those and listen to them, or what? Like, or what is Georgianne Chapin? Is she going to go and lawyer up and sue? Is she going to get David Llewellyn or Arc Law to go ahead and sue the Greater New York Hospital Association where this took place? Like, where is the actual bite in this? You know, I don't know. I feel like this could be a little bit more menacing, you know, to get these people to hear and some incentive to listen to you. Oh, look at this. Oh, it's almost like Georgianne Chapin is a healthcare expert, attorney, social justice advocate. Look, she's an attorney. She could go pro bono and you know, perhaps sue these hospitals potentially. I don't know. I mean, she does have Intact America, and they have quite a bit of funds. I just put it out there. I don't know. You guys tell me what y'all think. I feel like this coming from Intact America, that there could be a bit better. But once again, I don't know. I'm just a VTuber. You guys let me know what you guys think about this petition. And once again, you guys can sign this petition. Doesn't hurt you to. Just first name, last name, email. It's really easy to go ahead and do. Speaking of petitions, though, James is also holding a petition. This is to protect all children from medically unnecessary circumcisions. Protect boys, too. Now, this is super awesome. So, this is not from an activist group. It seems like this is just James from the UK. He's 28 years old. That's super awesome. Love to see it. He says the purpose of this petition is to call on the UK government to bring in a legal age of consent for medically unnecessary penile circumcision. We're going to skip to the aim. It says this is what he's asking the UK government to enact the following legislation in relation to medically unnecessary circumcision of infants. Consent from surgery must come directly from the individual undergoing the surgery. That individual must be an adult and they must be well informed. The person performing the surgery must be a qualified doctor. Now he explains why circumcision bad. That's why. And then this talks about his story. You guys can go ahead and read all this if you want, how circumcision impacted his life. And then this gives why foreskin is good. And then he thanks you for reading it. Once again, guys, this costs you absolutely nothing to go ahead, put your name on there, last name, email, and sign the petition. So maybe they'll listen to James. We'll see. So I think this is pretty cool that James, though, he took the initiative to start this. So definitely, like I said, if you want to go ahead and support his cause, go for it. All right, and on to the Intactivist calendar for the week. So we have No Circ, Michigan. They have their Grand Rapids Pride. That is June 21st, 2025. That's at 12 a.m. to 10 p.m. And they also have June 22nd on a Sunday. That is at 12 a.m. to 10 p.m. again. This is at Calder Plaza, Ottawa Avenue Northwest, between Michigan Ave and Pearl Street, Grand Rapids, Michigan. They also, June 17th, which is 4 days earlier, have the Maternal Infant Health Summit. This is from June 17th, 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. And then on Wednesday, they have it June 18th, 2025, 7 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. This is at Radisson Plaza at Kalamazoo Center, 100 West Michigan Ave, Kalamazoo, Michigan. All right. And Your Whole Baby, they have their Babies and Bumps in Pittsburgh, June 22nd. If you want to know more information about that, you can visit babiesandbumps.com/events for details and tickets. Also, Ron Lau, he has his Foreskin Diaries. The show officially debuts July 31st with 25 nightly shows until August 24th at Edinburgh Fringe in Scotland. So if you're in Scotland and you want to check it out, definitely go ahead and go for it. He also is going to do 6 preview performances around North America before Fringe. So you might be able to catch him in North America. Bloodstained Men, they have their Alaska Circumcision Crisis protest July 6th through July 13th. That is about a month from now. This will be in Alaska. This is dedicated to Everett Phillips in deep gratitude for his generosity and support for our work. So if you guys are in Alaska and you want to join Bloodstained Men, you guys definitely can go ahead and do that. All right, and on to the polls of the week. So this poll, how many intactivists do you think could be tricked by a doctor to circumcise their sons if he used fear tactics, i.e. your son needs a circumcision to prevent blah, 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 and use buzzwords like phimosis, redundant prepuce, etc. This poll actually has its roots in the Foregen video, Foregen, lies, lies, and more lies. And the majority of people think, 15% plus intactivists, people are saying that they could be tricked by a doctor to circumcise their sons. That is crazy. But hey, you know what? A lot of intactivists believe that the other intactivists just are not educated in male anatomy, and that's alarming. And I feel like that should definitely be worked on. I think that should definitely, the intactivist group should get together and find a way to go and talk to the other intactivists and educate them if this is the case. Now, there are some people that are saying that no intactivist would fall for it, to maybe 5% of intactivists would fall for it. But, that's even 5%, that's 1 in 20. That's not exactly good. Now, granted, that's the high end of that. But, yeah, there are some more optimistic intactivists that think, oh, well, maybe, less than 5% of intactivists would fall for it. But still, that 15% is very alarming. And I don't know, intactivists, we need to figure out the education a little bit better if this is the case. Once again, guys, if you don't like how this turned out, please go to my Discord and go vote, because your vote matters. And on to the fundraisers of the week. So Gaudaf, they have still at almost $16,000. They haven't raised any funds the past week for the Help Support Gender Equality fundraiser. Yep, Gaudaf hasn't raised any new funds this week. Help Make How to Sue and Win Possible. So Gaudaf raised almost $500 this past week for Help Make How to Sue and Win Possible. That's super awesome for Gaudaf. They're at 70% of their way to their $12,000 goal. All right, Your Whole Baby LA Prego Expo booth. They are stuck at $200. Nobody donated to them recently. Unaltered, stuck at $55. This is removing circumcised related misinformation. Nothing has changed in the past 3 months. Unaltered, also on their coffee, nothing's changed, still is 206. Bloodstained Men has a new fundraiser in memory of Carol, who recently passed. So far, 55 people donated to this fundraiser. Their goal is $5,000. They've raised $3,055. So they are roughly about 62% of the way there to their goal. They got 78 days left to go ahead and hit their $5,000 goal. So hopefully they get it. All right, Intact Global got a grand total of $50 this week, pumping his grand total to $41,254 raised for Intact Global's fight against genital mutilation. Once again, guys, they got matched by Doctors Opposing Circumcision. Also, Gauda promised to throw in $10,000 as well. So I like to think that they raised their $50,000 that they want. And also, Intact Global, Oregon litigation effort, also raised $370 on this platform. No new changes here. And Intact America, hold doctors and hospitals accountable for penis injuries. No new changes. It's been over 5 months. Nothing's changed for Intact America's Do No Harm report. All right, and Prevail over the system. No new donations here. But guys, we are getting a lot more people participating in the POTS e-commerce program and the Care Buzz. So we love to see that. Honestly, I would rather see that more than donations because I love it when other companies pay for Intactivism. So even though this doesn't look super great with the fact that our Intactivist ads aren't getting funded by you Intactivists, that's fine. I'd rather big companies foot the bill anyways. So definitely go ahead and learn how to do the Care Buzz program and the POTS e-commerce program. They're both getting 6x matched for this month. So definitely go ahead and check it out. Join our Discord to learn more. On to the Intactivist growth for the week. So, Bloodstained Men last week was at 7,106 followers. This week, Bloodstained Men is at 7,111 followers. That is a grand total of 5 new people joining the Bloodstained Men, which is a grand total of 0.07% increase for the week. Bloodstained Men tacking on another small gain for this week. Small, slow and steady seems to be the Bloodstained Men's motto. Alright, that's all what I have for the news. Don't forget about watching the non-profit status doesn't really matter in 2025, and here's why. And, of course, make sure you fully watch the video, Foregen, Lies, Lies, and More Lies. Don't just watch 10 minutes of it, because you missed really good parts in that video and really good points. And also, don't forget about watching the Wendy Marie interview. Please like and share to get this out to more people. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. Bye!